So let's take a trip to the Bronx, home of Kai Cenat, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Kay Flock. Now, if you don't know, Kay Flock is a rapper who got arrested for killing somebody a few years back. Now, it looked to be self-defense, so he had a pretty good chance of getting out. But see, Kay Flock had a problem. The FBI took his case. Why'd the FBI take his case? Great question, because Kay Flock is not just an ordinary rapper. I forgot to tell you something. You see these gentlemen around Kay Flock? Well, let's just say the FBI has an interest in them too. Now, we're getting ahead of ourselves. To understand this, let's go back to when Kay Flock started his career. So like I said, he's from the Bronx, and the Bronx can be considered a very dangerous borough of New York. So Kay Flock and his two friends started doing some unsavory things when they were young. In fact, they're still young now. Kay Flock, I believe, is 21 years old. And their ages are actually a very important part of this story, because people much younger than you think start gangs and are involved in gang activity. To put it into perspective, I just saw a dude in the Bronx say, "My OGs, the people above me, like the older people, I look up to them and they always look out for me. They're 18 and 19 years old." Now, this is especially true in the Bronx, where it's considered everybody versus everybody. In fact, Kay Flock and his friends called themselves EBK. Everybody, can I say that on YouTube? The word rhymes with thrillers and it starts with a K. Anyway, Kay Flock's friends started rapping and he was pretty good. This got Kay Flock to start rapping and he was really good. They often did songs together and they got pretty popular pretty quickly, especially because of the lyrics. He's talking about his exploits. More specifically, he would call out people from other gangs. He would go on Instagram Live, go to their neighborhoods and say, "Yo, I'm here, what's up?" People were like, "Damn, Kay Flock wildin'." Kay Flock like, "Yeah, Tyson." But the thing you gotta understand is when things start escalating like this, that's when the police start watching closely, because it's kind of embarrassing for police. He's rising up, he's getting super popular talking about the things that he's supposedly doing. Now, whether he's doing these things or not doesn't matter. He's on Instagram Live with a saying, "I'm doing all these things and no one's catching me." Now, on top of this, people are getting all over the Bronx. It's as if the more popular he gets, the more people are getting young people too. There was a 13-year-old who got poked with something really sharp. And I believe the people who did it made a dance about it. I don't know if it was the same situation, but regardless, a 13-year-old got poked with something really sharp and young people made a dance about someone getting poked with something really sharp. Police were like, "Hey, yo, this is happening in our city." The YNs of the Bronx were like, "What are you gonna do about it?" If you don't know what YN means, look in the comments. They're like, "What are you gonna do about it?" Police were like, "We gonna wait till one of y'all slip up." One of them slipped up. And that was Kay Flock. Now, he didn't technically slip up. I need you to listen closely. He's walking down the street one day with his sister and his sister's friend. He's wearing an expensive outfit. He's like, "Yo, I'm out in the city wearing an expensive outfit. Nobody could touch me." He's doing that Instagram thing again. Cool. Somebody's in the barbershop saying, "Hey,